Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So last night I watched an old episode of The Deadliest Catch on the Discovery Channel. And yes, I still watch The Deadliest Catch. A lot of people, they're like, I don't watch it anymore. It's too scripted. I got to tell you what, those waves are not scripted. So, and the looks on their faces are not scripted either. So, especially when the fish aren't biting or the crabs aren't biting. So, and it's just a hard job. So last night, like I said, I was watching an interview segment with Captain Sig Hansen. He runs the Northwestern. He's just a solid guy. Hell, man, the guy survived a heart attack and he's back out there fishing. So you got to know that's true passion. So anyway, so it was an interview segment between him and Jake used to work for Sig, and then Jake was young when he started with Sig. Now he's got his own boat. So there was a blow up in the wheelhouse last season where basically Sig said, in a roundabout way, says, you got to make your own way, kid. I can't hold your hand. So in other words, it's like you got to break off and build your own styles. And that's what Sig said. You got to build your own style of fishing and you got to come up with a strategy. And it's so fun. And then to watch Keith Colburn, he came in, he's captain of the Wizard, and he was ripping on Jake and telling him you got to your strategies suck. And he's a pretty hard dude too, These guys are pretty salty. So that's what I like. There's no filters. And I like that. And I like it when guys get real and they just talk and they hey, this is how it has to be. Because sometimes, that kind of has lost its way a little bit in the world. So I just came up with an era where you got hey, man, this is how it has to be and it is what it is. So and that's the way they were talking to Jake. And so Jake and Sig had a big old blow up. And like I said, Sig said, you got to make your own way. And then Jake was got really flustered. And he probably should have shut up. But he didn't, which made for good drama, TV drama. And he goes, well, you're getting your information from somebody, Sig. And that set Sig off into a tear. And, he got pissed and he kicked Jake out of the wheelhouse. So it comes back to this last night. So they had the meeting after, the sit-down interview and for the Discovery Channel and about that blow up in the wheelhouse where Sig kicked him out. You should go back and watch it. I know you guys, a lot of people don't like to watch reality TV, but it's really good. And it teaches you a lesson in there. Is Sig, what Sig said to Jake last night in the parting words was, sometimes when you get the information, it's too late. Okay? It's too late. So this happens a lot down here, dolphin fishing. Okay? So I don't know if you guys, there's a reason why I tell you guys in my fishing reports, this is what's going to happen here in 3 months. Okay? This is what's going to happen is I'm trying to get you guys ahead to start thinking of what those fish might do for when it's time for you to go fishing, okay? Because by the time you get knowledge and information at the last minute before you go, it's too late. It's too late because somebody else already knows, okay? So meaning is I'm trying to get you guys prepared for when you guys should be planning your trip. If you guys could get a jump, at least a week jump on some things, you're going to have a really good outing, okay? So that's why I build the fishing report the way that I do it is I'm just trying to help you guys as far as giving you guys some better information than what's happening weekly. By the time you get the weekly stuff, it's too late. It's too late, okay? So you got to start planning. And by listening to the fishing reports, I'm going to give you an extra edge on where to be and away from the crowds, too. Honestly. That's just it. So if you haven't done so already, please download the Good Karma Sport Fishing app. Okay? It's available in the iTunes Store, and it's available in the Google Play Store. Okay? Now, through the app, you can get caught up on some podcasts. You can... And I also put a bunch of free weather sites in there for you as far as wind goes. Now, you have to pay for Alligator Reef live weather down here. Okay? I give that to you for free through the app. I give you tides for free, and I also give you a very good solar lunar app. So also too, I just want to mention that the app runs on Central Time. It hasn't been shifted. So when you're going through and looking at the solar lunar, it stays on Central Time. It's not going to make a change. So you just have to keep that in mind. So I just wanted to point that out. It's kind of I'll probably put a note on there so it's a reminder, but it runs on Central Time. So not on when we turned ahead the clocks, in the other words, it didn't change. So it's Central Time, guys. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But I give you guys a really good solar lunar predictions in there. If you're not using those, you are missing out. Okay, you are missing out. Truth. So please utilize that stuff. Please. That's why it's there. It's there for a reason. Okay, it's there for a reason. So, like I said, I've got the fishing reports in there that I do. I try to do those twice a week for you. It just depends on how much time I have. So, but yeah, and also too, there's a link to the Good Karma fishing tackle store in there where you can buy some courses. You can, if you want to really hammer the yellowtails and get the groupers this year, you really need to look at some of the stuff that I have in there as far as drift fishing goes and making the chum ball mix. And the chum ball mix is killer. It is better than any chum ball mix that I'm telling you. And it's the cost of going in of this stuff is extremely cheap compared to buying oats too, and buying all that chum bag mix at Bass Pro Shop and shit. And I want you guys to start. I want you just by buying the course. This is going to save you a ton of money in chum and all that other shit. Okay, all that other shit. You won't have to buy any of that other shit out there. So. What else? That's all I got really for today. So, really, guys, start building your intuition. I put the fishing report stuff out there for a reason. Okay, I try to give you guys some predictions as far as knowledge goes, as far as information goes, so you can be prepared. Just like Sig told Jake in that episode, is by the time you get the knowledge, by the time you get for information on where the crabs are at, or fish, we call them, and he calls them fish. By the time you get the information, it's too late because somebody else is going to be there and somebody else is going to be hammering them. Small example happens all the time down here because everybody likes to radio fish. Okay, I don't radio fish. I found a pallet 300 feet of water. Come on out, guys. That guy's already heading in. He's already loaded up, and there's already 50 boats on there because he's already called his buddies that are really close to him, and then he sends out the other information too. So just saying. Okay, just saying. That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Follow me on Instagram at Good Karma Sport Fishing _FL_keys. So you can keep up with some posts that I do on there. It's pretty lighthearted as far as what I do on Instagram. I just show what we're catching with some clients and stuff. But if you really want to get the good details of what I'm doing fishing wise, you can download the Good Karma Sport Fishing app. That's the fishing report. And if I have a fishing report, I have a fishing report. So that's it. That's all I got. Oh, and you can get involved with the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast private Facebook group. And just have to submit a request. And if you're interested in joining the rigging group, and that's where all the goodies are at, that's where all the good stuff is at. Lures that I'm building and using that are not available to the public. Lots of nuggets in there. It's a private fishing club. Really enjoy having some new guys in there. And the guys that are in there are just killing it. And I'm very, very, very happy with how it's going. So you can email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com if you're interested in joining up. Like I said, we meet once a month. You get deep discounts on rods and reels. And you get some deep discounts on some vertical jigs as well. And some other stuff will be coming up too. Making some private videos that will be available only for password protected. That's password protected for the guys in the group. And then you have a monthly seminar with myself and a guest. Sometimes I've got some guests that are going to be on, people that are really very into what's happening. So I'm not going to say who they are, but these are also guys who are going to be participating in that I'm bringing in guys that are close to me, and excellent fishermen that are going to share some nuggets. So that are not going to be available to the public or on YouTube. These guys are like, what's the word for it? I love when guys that are really good and not all over social media bragging about it. So they're like super good, and these guys are willing to share information, and I just think that's badass to the guys in my group. So to me, that means a lot. So that they're willing to join up and help the guys in my group, because that's what the Good Karma Sport Fishing podcast is all about. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good. Catch them up this weekend.